Good morning. It's Thursday, July 7th. One of our top stories today is about a restaurant analyst who's claiming that commodity food prices have peaked and that in the second half of the year restaurants are going to get some relief from the food cost pressures they've been experiencing. We wanted to take a look and see whether this is happening in seafood, and the answer is it's a mixed bag. What's been over the last year and a half, we've been in a very unusual situation when practically every single seafood commodity was experiencing simultaneous increases in prices. This was largely driven by a confluence of supply issues and a weakening dollar, which meant that most imported seafood was getting more expensive. Now that picture is changing. It's changing especially for salmon. Norwegian salmon sales plunged in value by about 16% in this past month of June. This is a significant break from the 3-year trend of rising salmon prices. Obviously, new production coming online in Chile is having an impact as buyers reevaluate what the total supply of salmon is going to be. Of course, this is also the height of the wild salmon season as well in both Alaska and Russia. So we expect more salmon to be available, and we expect market prices to reflect that. The other big item, shrimp, is not quite so clear-cut, but shrimp prices have clearly stopped rising and in most cases are treading water, and we're coming into the high production season in many of the Asian countries. Vietnam has seen a huge increase in shrimp production, and in another of our stories today, the interesting thing about that is that much of the major increases that they've experienced have gone to markets other than the U.S. Nevertheless, they've shipped 40% more shrimp into the U.S. through May than they did last year. This easing of some of the shrimp supply shortages is going to have some market impact in the shrimp industry. When we look at whitefish, we still see high prices for tilapia, for cod, etc., but not all fish species are moving in the same direction. Shellfish remains a very expensive area of seafood commodities. Crab, lobster are both remaining quite high priced, again driven by supply shortages. The shortfall in lobster landings in Atlantic Canada this spring has had a significant ripple effect on prices of lobster. Also in Newfoundland, of course, the Japanese demand is keeping up prices of snow crab. But I do think that most people agree that the upside for price increases has kind of passed, and even those items that are remaining very high prices, such as crab and lobster, are either going to maintain their current levels or else begin a slow decline. So I do think that this restaurant analyst is right. I think that over the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to be talking about declining seafood prices more often than we're talking about record high prices. In Nantucket, Mass., this is John Sackton.